This is extremely urgent. Jesus is calling you, only you. A heavy warning is unfolding today. If you ignore this message, deep regret and tears will follow. My beloved, there is a stirring around you today, a trembling in the unseen places that has been reaching toward your spirit since the moment you opened your eyes. You may not have understood it, but you felt it, a pressure in your chest, a whisper behind your thoughts, a sense that something was calling you to pause, to breathe, to listen. My child, that pull was not your imagination. It was a knock, soft yet urgent, pressed against the door of your soul. There is a message reaching for you now, one that carries both tenderness and warning, because the hour around your life has shifted. Something spiritually serious is unfolding, and heaven cannot allow you to walk into this day unaware. You are being summoned, not out of fear, but out of love so fierce it refuses to let you drift into danger without a voice guiding you back to safety. You have felt out of rhythm lately, as though time itself has been pausing around you, waiting for you to notice what has been rising beneath the surface. My beloved, this is that moment. The atmosphere around your destiny has thickened, not with darkness, but with the weight of revelation pressing to break through. And yet, there is resistance. There is a spiritual tension that has wrapped itself around your path, trying to delay what heaven is ready to release. This is why the call over you today is so urgent. It comes like a gentle hand reaching into a storm, urging you to turn your face toward the one who has been speaking your name again and again. There is protection in this call. There is clarity. There is warning wrapped in warmth, truth wrapped in compassion, urgency wrapped in love. Do not ignore what you are feeling right now. Do not dismiss the heaviness, the stirring, the sudden awareness that something is shifting. These are signals, invitations, signs that you are being drawn into a moment of divine attention. Heaven is leaning close. The Spirit is pressing in. And Jesus, with unwavering tenderness, is asking for your ear before the day moves any further. Pause, my child. Listen. Something meant for you is arriving in this very moment, and your heart is being prepared to receive it. For too long, you have carried burdens that were never meant to remain on your shoulders, burdens that dimmed your strength and clouded your peace. But this moment signals a gentle turning, a sacred interruption meant to remind you that you are not walking alone. The one who calls you now has watched every tear, noted every silent ache, and chosen this hour to speak directly into your spirit today. Beloved, there is a heaviness hovering above your life today, a weight that does not come from your thoughts or emotions, but from a shift in the atmosphere around you. Something has moved in the unseen realm, and though your natural eyes cannot trace its shape, your spirit has felt the tremble of it. My child, this is not a symbolic warning or a poetic whisper. This is a living alert, active and unfolding, carried to you because heaven refuses to let you walk blinded through a turning point. There are moments when the divine realm grows silent, allowing you to navigate in gentle faith, and there are moments when it cries out, insisting you stop, breathe, and look again. Today is the latter. Something approaches your path that was never meant to go unnoticed, a force that hoped to slip quietly through the cracks of your exhaustion and your distractions. Yet the one who watches over you has already stepped between you and the impact. This is why the air around your spirit feels different. Why your heart has tightened without explanation. Why your thoughts have grown restless, reaching for clarity you can't quite name. You are sensing what you cannot see, movement, interference, a looming pressure that seeks to bend your confidence and weaken your steps. But, beloved, even as this shadow tries to press closer, divine intervention has already begun to unravel it. You are not being warned because danger has power over you. You are being warned because heaven honors you too deeply to let anything ambush your peace. The warning exists because protection is already in motion. A shield has risen on your behalf, firm and unshakable, placed there before you even recognize the need for it. Feel the weight of this moment. Not the weight of fear, but the weight of seriousness, the gravity of a spiritual shift that requires your awareness. You are stepping into a day where choices, thoughts, and reactions carry unusual significance. And Jesus, seeing what you cannot, calls you gently, "Pay attention, my beloved." The atmosphere has changed. Do not shrink back. Do not rush forward blindly. Pause inside this sacred caution. The danger forming was never permitted to reach its full intention. It is being dismantled even now. Yet you must understand the urgency, because awareness strengthens you, sharpens you, aligns your heart with the protection already unfolding. The heavens are heavy, but they are not against you. They are rolling with activity, guardians moving, interference breaking, light cutting through what once threatened to cloud your path. And though you cannot see the battle, its tremors reach you because you matter. Because you are seen. Because every attempt to touch your destiny is met with immediate divine response. So breathe, my child, and let this warning settle gently within you, not as fear but as awakening. You are being held, watched over, and guided through every unseen moment. Nothing forming against you will prevail under heaven's vigilant care. My beloved, there is something I must tell you now, something that has walked behind you longer than you realized. You have felt its presence in moments you could not explain, those sudden waves of heaviness, the unexpected fear that rose from nowhere, the way your hope dimmed even when nothing around you had changed. This shadow was not born from your imagination. It has been following you, studying your steps, waiting for openings in your spirit. You have wondered why progress has felt slower for you than for others. Why doors that should have opened easily seem to hesitate. Why relationships that promised joy suddenly fractured without cause. My child, it was not because you were unworthy or forgotten. It was because envy watched your light. Jealousy lingered near your blessings. There has been a force, subtle yet determined, that sought to delay what heaven placed in your hands. You may remember moments when excitement rose in your heart, only to be crushed by doubt you couldn't explain. You may recall nights when you felt an invisible weight pressing on your chest, stealing your rest. You may have faced sudden obstacles, confusion, or misunderstandings that felt strangely orchestrated. These were the footprints of the shadow, quiet, patient, creeping close whenever you were weary. But hear me, my beloved, this shadow feared your potential long before you recognized it yourself. It sensed the favor marked on your life. It saw the breakthroughs forming around you, the restoration aligning in the unseen. It knew that once you stepped fully into your calling, nothing would be able to restrain you. So it attempted to drain your strength, distort your clarity, and steal your confidence. You have battled more than people understood. You have carried burdens without speaking them aloud. You have smiled while your spirit fought to stay afloat. And still, you endured. Still, you rose. Still, you continued forward even when your heart whispered, "I don't know how much more I can take." This shadow expected you to crumble by now, but you didn't. And that is why its presence has grown more restless, more desperate. You can feel it, can't you? The way certain emotions flare suddenly, the way old wounds try to reopen, the way delays intensify right when you're closest to breakthrough. These are signs of a threat that feels its time running out. Yet do not fear. What is being revealed now is not to intimidate you, but to free you. The moment a hidden enemy is exposed, its power begins to break. And today, Jesus is pulling back the veil, showing you what has been stalking your progress, not to frighten you, but to remind you that you are not walking alone. You are seen. You are defended. And though the shadow followed you, it never outran the light that has been walking beside you. Today marks the beginning of its unraveling, and soon, it will no longer have a place near your destiny. My beloved, the heaviness you have been carrying lately has not been random. The confusion that clouded your thoughts, the sudden fatigue that settled over you, the unexpected tension in relationships you trusted, none of it was accidental. These were not ordinary struggles. They were coordinated attempts to disturb your spirit, to weaken your confidence, to pull you away from the path heaven has been guiding you toward. Darkness has been maneuvering quietly, hoping you would mistake these attacks for personal failure rather than the spiritual interference they truly were. Think back to the moments when your peace slipped through your fingers without warning. The days when your emotions swung without cause, leaving you questioning yourself. The conversations that unexpectedly fractured, leaving wounds you were not prepared to feel. These were not coincidences. These were disruptions strategically placed to drain your focus, to stir insecurity, to stir old pains you thought were already healed. The enemy knew that if it could unsettle your heart, it could slow your steps. If it could cloud your mind, it could bury your clarity. If it could isolate you, it could delay your breakthrough. But hear me, my child, the very fact that your peace was targeted reveals how precious it is. Peace is where your discernment flows, where your strength rises, where your prayers sharpen. Peace is the anchor of your destiny, and so the plot against it was intentional, crafted with precision, hoping you would fall weary enough to surrender the promises forming around you. Yet even as these attacks pressed in, heaven was not silent. Jesus watched each moment of turmoil, each tear you swallowed down, each confusing shift that wounded your spirit. Nothing escaped his attention. And while darkness thought it was gaining ground, divine strategy was already unfolding behind the scenes. Every attempt to break you has been met with counter-movement from heaven, every interference observed and intercepted before it could destroy what belongs to you. You are not defenseless. You are not abandoned. Even in the moments you felt most overwhelmed, angelic protection was standing guard, waiting for the appointed hour to reveal what has been happening around you. And that hour is arriving now. Because, my beloved, the plot against your peace is about to collapse. The schemes formed in secrecy are crumbling even as you read these words. What was meant to distract you is losing its influence. What was meant to confuse you is losing its grip. And something greater, something long prepared, is beginning to move toward your life at this very moment. My beloved, there is a moment unfolding in the realm you cannot see, a moment so sacred, so tender, that heaven itself paused to witness it. For in the very hour when the pressure around your spirit felt unbearable, when the shadows pressed closest, Jesus spoke your name. Not in passing, not in frustration, not in disappointment, but with a depth of affection and authority that caused the entire atmosphere of heaven to shift on your behalf. Your name, carried on his breath, went forth like a command wrapped in love. You do not realize how significant that is. When Jesus speaks a name, he is not merely calling out, he is claiming, protecting, interceding, defending, surrounding. Your name, my child, was spoken with intention. He said it as one who refuses to let darkness touch what belongs to him. He said it as one who knows your battles, your tears, your scars, and still chooses you with unwavering tenderness. In that moment, the very forces that plotted against your peace trembled, because the one they fear most had turned his full attention toward you. Imagine it, your name rising through the halls of heaven, carried with purpose, carried with fire, carried with a love so fierce it cannot be diluted. The angels heard it. The heavens acknowledged it. And the spiritual realm rearranged itself in response. This is the weight your name holds when spoken by the one who formed your soul before the foundations of the world. You are not overlooked. You are not forgotten. You are deeply known. He whispered your name not to remind himself of you, but to remind the entire realm of what is already true, that you are his. His beloved. His chosen one. His protected one. And because you are his, no force of jealousy, no whisper of envy, no trap of darkness can claim victory over you. His voice became your shield. His recognition became your covering. His love became your rescue. There was tenderness in the way he spoke, yes, but there was also power. A soft strength that carried both compassion and command. It was the tone a shepherd uses when calling a lamb back into safety. It was the tone a king uses when reclaiming what is under his rule. It was the tone a bridegroom uses when recognizing the one he loves in a crowd of many. Your name, spoken with that blend of affection and authority, became a decree in the supernatural. And, my beloved, that is why comfort is beginning to rise in you now, even if you cannot explain it. That is why a strange calmness is settling over your heart, even though the circumstances around you haven't fully changed yet. You are feeling the aftershock of being spoken for. You are covered. You are seen. You are chosen in a way that cannot be undone. And the moment Jesus spoke your name, everything that opposed you began to lose its strength. A new protection was released over your path, and heaven has already begun shifting the direction of your story. My beloved, the moment Jesus spoke your name, something mighty moved in the unseen realm. His voice did not drift into silence, it summoned. It activated. It commanded. And from that command, a guardian was released, sent with purpose so precise and authority so fierce that the very ground of the spiritual realm shifted beneath its arrival. You may not see this presence with your natural eyes, but your soul has already felt the change, the quiet strengthening, the subtle comfort that seems to wrap around you without explanation. This guardian stands beside you now, not as a distant watcher, but as a warrior appointed to your protection. Its presence is not fragile or gentle in the way you might imagine. It stands tall, radiant, unshakable, carrying an authority granted directly by the one who spoke your name. It moves with a quiet confidence, as if fully aware that every scheme formed against you has already lost its foundation. Its posture alone sends tremors through the darkness that once felt bold enough to approach your life. You have felt moments recently where fear loosened its grip suddenly, where anxiety faded without warning, where the heaviness pressing on your chest lifted as though someone reached into your spirit and pulled it away. Those moments were not random. They were the brush of wings near your heart, the movement of a guardian shifting closer, positioning itself between you and the threat that tried to form. This presence has been intercepting attacks long before they reached your thoughts, deflecting arrows long before you sensed they were coming. The enemy planned a trap for you, hoping you would stumble, hoping you would fall into confusion so deep you would misinterpret every blessing as a burden. But heaven prepared a shield, a living, sentient shield woven with strength that cannot be pierced. The guardian walks ahead of you, examines what lies before you, and clears paths you would never know were once obstructed. It stands behind you, sealing the places of your past that darkness once used to gain access. It surrounds you with vigilance, not resting, not wavering, not questioning its assignment. And this guardian did not arrive because you cried out in fear or begged for help. It arrived because Jesus himself commanded it. This protection comes from his decision, his love, his recognition of the weight on your heart. When he spoke your name, the angelic realm responded with immediate obedience, without hesitation or doubt. You matter that much. Your safety matters that deeply. Feel the shift around you, my child. Feel the quiet assurance that is beginning to rise. Even if you cannot see this warrior, your spirit knows it is there. You are no longer walking unguarded. You are no longer navigating your battles alone. The shield that stands beside you is not symbolic. It is real, active, assigned, and unwavering. And because of this heavenly guardian, every step you take now carries a new kind of protection, one that darkness can neither imitate nor overcome. My beloved, now that heaven has revealed what has been happening around you, there is something deeper you must face, something not outside you, but within. You have carried a truth in your heart that you have been too afraid to speak, even to yourself. A quiet fear, a lingering doubt, a wound you have covered for so long that you almost believed you were healed from it. Yet it rises at night, whispers in the early morning, and shakes your confidence in moments when you need strength most. You have been afraid that you are not enough. Afraid that you are somehow falling behind in life. Afraid that the promises spoken over you were meant for someone stronger, someone more worthy, someone less bruised. You have wondered if you were chosen or simply overlooked by those who mattered most. And even though you walk with faith, a part of your heart has been trembling, unsure whether you truly deserve the breakthrough you pray for. My child, this hidden fear has weakened you more than any external attack. It has drained your courage, cut your dreams down before they could rise, and made you second-guess the very path heaven has been trying to lead you into. You have blamed yourself for delays you did not create. You have held yourself accountable for wounds others inflicted. You have carried shame that was never yours to bear. But now is the moment to face this truth, not with condemnation, but with compassion. For Jesus has seen every insecurity that has clung to your spirit. He knows the stories that shaped your fear. He knows the disappointments that taught you to expect less, the betrayals that taught you to be cautious, the heartbreaks that convinced you to shrink your hopes. And still, He calls you beloved. Still, He speaks your name with tenderness. Still, He assigns guardians to stand beside you. You have been afraid to admit how deeply you've been hurting, but heaven is not afraid of your truth. Heaven is not intimidated by your wounds. Heaven does not retreat when you falter. This moment is not to expose you, it is to free you. For the transformation ahead of you cannot unfold while your heart is chained to old fears. Lift your eyes, my beloved. Breathe. Let this truth rise gently, without judgment. You have been wounded, yes, but you have not been abandoned. You have doubted yourself, yes, but heaven has never doubted you. And when you finally face what has been hidden inside you, the healing you've been waiting for will begin to flow in ways you never imagined. My beloved, now that the hidden battles around you have been exposed and the truth within you has been acknowledged, the atmosphere begins to shift once more. Something long concealed is rising into clarity, and heaven is drawing you into a moment you were meant to encounter at this exact point in your journey. The prophetic veil that once covered parts of your destiny is being pulled back, not all at once, but slowly, intentionally, in a way that allows your heart to absorb what is coming. You are stepping into revelation, and the air around your spirit feels different because of it. There are truths that heaven waits to reveal until your heart is strong enough to carry them. There are mysteries that remain hidden until the right pressure, the right timing, the right spiritual alignment makes you ready to receive them. And my child, that readiness is upon you. The path behind you has been marked by resistance, conflict, and doubt, not to destroy you, but to prepare you for what is now unfolding. Your spirit is awakening. Your discernment is sharpening. Your eyes are beginning to open to realities that once felt distant and unreachable. Listen closely now, for this is where the message deepens. You are being pulled towards something you sensed but never fully understood, an assignment, a calling, a shift in direction that will change the rhythm of your days. Heaven has been whispering hints to you through dreams, through sudden moments of intuition, through the strange coincidences that kept repeating themselves. These were not accidents. They were pieces of a larger revelation now beginning to form. There is a reason your battles intensified right before this moment. There is a reason the enemy pressed harder, why old wounds resurfaced, why fatigue tried to settle over you like a blanket. Darkness always senses when a revelation is approaching. It tries to distract you, overwhelm you, drain you, so that when heaven speaks, you are too weary to hear. But despite the pressure, your spirit resisted. You kept moving. You kept believing. You kept listening. And because you did, the revelation that once felt distant is now descending into your life. You are about to see why certain doors closed so abruptly. You are about to understand why certain people drifted away without explanation. You are about to realize that what felt like rejection was actually redirection. Heaven was not punishing you, it was positioning you. Every loss, every delay, every unanswered question has been part of a divine arrangement leading to this very moment. My beloved, prepare yourself. The pieces are coming together. What once felt random is about to reveal its pattern. What once confused you is about to make sense. What once felt withheld is about to be released. And though I cannot reveal it all at once, hear this: something destined for you is drawing near, and your life is about to shift in a way you cannot yet imagine. The revelation is forming, and its fullness is closer than you think. My beloved, now the revelation reaches its breaking point, and heaven invites you to stand at the threshold of something powerful, something the enemy never wanted you to see. For everything that pressed against you, everything that sought to break you, everything that whispered destruction into your spirit is about to be transformed into the very testimony that elevates you. What was meant to crush you will become the foundation beneath your rising. What was meant to silence you will amplify your voice. What was meant to bury you will become the soil from which your destiny blooms. You have walked through storms that should have taken you out. You have carried battles that were heavier than anyone knows. You have endured nights where your spirit felt too fragile to continue. Yet here you are, still standing, still breathing, still listening. And that means one thing: the darkness did not win. It never had the final say. Because even when you felt abandoned, heaven was constructing a reversal so profound that the enemy's plan would collapse under its own weight. Listen, my child. Every setback you faced was monitored by Jesus himself. Every tear was counted. Every heartbreak observed. Every betrayal noted. And while the enemy thought it was gaining ground, a divine strategy was forming beneath the surface, slowly, quietly, perfectly timed. The enemy planned your downfall, but heaven planned your comeback. The attack was real, but the victory being released over you is greater. There is a power rising in your story now, a strength you did not have before. Not because you forced yourself to be strong, but because endurance reshaped you. Pain deepened you. Waiting refined you. And now the very areas where you were wounded are becoming the places where heaven will shine the brightest. You will speak from scars, not open wounds. You will carry wisdom forged in fire. You will walk with authority earned through survival. Every part of your journey is shifting from burden to testimony. And hear me, Jesus is not merely comforting you, he is declaring triumph on your behalf. His voice goes before you, overturning every curse spoken in darkness. His authority tears apart every chain that tried to hold you. His power dismantles every weapon that formed against your future. What once felt like defeat is being rewritten as victory. What once looked like loss is being restored with increase. What once left you broken is becoming the very story that strengthens others. You are not stepping out of this season quietly. You are stepping out crowned, strengthened, and marked by glory that only comes through overcoming. The enemy hoped to use your pain to silence you, but Jesus is turning that pain into a platform. What you lived through will not be wasted. It will become the evidence of God's nearness, the proof of His protection, the testimony that carries others into healing. So lift your head, my beloved. You are rising now, not in spite of the attack, but because of it. What was meant for your downfall is becoming your testimony, and the world will witness the turnaround heaven has already begun. Your victory has been spoken. Your triumph has been sealed. and nothing formed against you will ever stand again. My beloved, the moment heaven declared your victory, a divine reversal began moving through every corner of your life. What once pressed against you is now turning in your favor, shifting with a speed and precision that only the hand of God could orchestrate. The emotional battles you endured, the financial strain that drained your hope, the relationships that fractured without warning, each one is being rewritten under a new spiritual order. This reversal is not distant. It is active, alive, and already unfolding around you. You will begin to notice signs, subtle at first yet impossible to dismiss. A heaviness will lift from your spirit without explanation. Opportunities that once stalled will begin to move again. Conversations that felt strained will soften. Doors that shut abruptly will begin to crack open, not by human decision but by heavenly alignment. These shifts are not coincidences, they are the first ripples of breakthrough reaching the surface of your life. My child, every attack that tried to diminish you is surrendering to the authority that now covers you. The confusion that clouded your thoughts is dissolving. The exhaustion that pulled you down is losing its grip. Even the inner fears you carried quietly are starting to loosen, making room for clarity, confidence, and renewed strength. This reversal is not simply taking back what was lost, it is restoring more than what was stolen. There will be moments when provision arrives in unexpected ways, when help comes from places you never imagined, when blessings appear without effort. These experiences will not be random, they will be confirmation. Heaven is reclaiming territory on your behalf, ensuring that nothing meant to harm you remains in your life without transformation. The spiritual tide has turned, and everything that opposed you is bending beneath the weight of divine authority. You will feel your heart settling in ways it hasn't in years. Peace will come quickly, not slowly. Hope will rise without being forced. The shadow that trailed you will fade, and in its place, an unexplainable assurance will begin to grow. You are stepping into a season where the atmosphere no longer works against you, but for you. The momentum has shifted, and all of heaven is pushing you forward. My beloved, this is your turning point. Not a moment of imagination, but a supernatural reversal sealed in your favor. What once drained you will now strengthen you. What once delayed you will now accelerate you. What once felt impossible will become the very place where God demonstrates His power. Breathe deeply and pay attention. The signs will not hide from you. The reversal has begun, and it will not stop until every part of your life reflects the victory spoken over you. Walk with expectation now, for nothing in this season is ordinary. The very ground beneath your steps is shifting in alignment with heaven's plan. You are entering a chapter marked by restoration, clarity, and forward motion, guided by divine hands that refuse to let you fall. My beloved, now that the reversal has begun, you are being invited into a new way of walking, one shaped not by fear or exhaustion, but by clarity, confidence, and spiritual alignment. This is the moment when your steps must become intentional, steady, and attuned to the voice that has been guiding you from the beginning. The storm has passed, the weight has lifted, and now your spirit is ready to move in harmony with what heaven is unfolding before you. You may feel different already, even if you can't explain why. A quiet awareness is rising within you, a sense that you are no longer who you were a few weeks or even a few days ago. This is alignment. It is the gentle settling of your soul into the place it was always meant to stand. It is the clarity that replaces confusion, the peace that softens old tension, the confidence that returns after a long season of doubt. In this new alignment, you will begin to see with sharper discernment. You will feel when something is right and sense when something is wrong without needing to analyze it endlessly. Your intuition will grow stronger, not from fear, but from spiritual maturity. The battles you endured have refined your sensitivity, and now you can hear heaven more clearly, not through chaos, but through calm. My child, you do not need to force anything in this season. The doors meant for you will open with ease. The relationships aligned with your purpose will feel natural and peaceful. The opportunities connected to your destiny will resonate in your spirit before they appear in your reality. This alignment is not about striving, it is about trusting. Trusting the protection around you, trusting the path beneath you, trusting the voice within you that has finally grown louder than your fears. As you walk forward, take moments to breathe deeply, to acknowledge how far you have come, and to allow gratitude to anchor you. Let your heart absorb the truth that you are safe, guided, and supported. You are not walking into the unknown, you are walking into what was prepared for you long before the battle began. And remember, my beloved, alignment is not perfection. It is responsiveness. It is the willingness to follow the gentle nudge, to release what no longer fits, to embrace what brings peace, to move when heaven moves. Allow this calm to settle over you like a warm covering. Let your steps slow, not in hesitation, but in confidence. You are aligned now, spirit, heart, and destiny, and everything ahead of you will reflect the clarity you have gained. Prepare your spirit, for the final blessing approaches, carrying the promise of what is still yet to unfold. My beloved, now come closer, for this final part is not merely a message, it is a blessing spoken over your life with the full tenderness and authority of Jesus himself. Let these words settle deep into you, for they carry healing, assurance, and the weight of heaven's promise. You have walked through shadows, you have endured battles, you have faced storms that tried to silence you, yet you stand here now, covered, strengthened, and wrapped in a divine protection that will not fail you. Hear his voice as it reaches for your spirit, my child, you are safe in me. You are not forgotten. You are not behind. You are not broken beyond repair. I have gone before you, and I have shielded what concerns you. Every step you take from this moment forward will be held in my hands. You are being blessed with new peace, peace that stretches deeper than understanding, peace that settles the heart, peace that quiets the fears you have carried for far too long. It rests upon you like a soft mantle, reminding you that you never walk alone. Jesus surrounds you on every side, standing guard over your mind, your relationships, your path, your destiny. You are loved with a love that cannot be shaken, cannot be undone, cannot be diminished by anything you have ever walked through. He speaks again, I am restoring the years that were taken from you. I am healing what was wounded. I am lifting what was heavy. I am bringing light into places where you thought no light could reach. You are mine, and I cover you with my favor. Let this blessing wash over you. Let it soften the memories that once felt sharp. Let it steady the places inside you that still tremble. For even now, heaven is rearranging the atmosphere around your future. What once resisted you will now release you. What once hindered you will now make way for you. You are stepping into a season marked by divine order, divine timing, and divine acceleration. And yet, my beloved, there is more, so much more, than what has been spoken in this moment. For Jesus whispers to your spirit even now, this message is not the end. It is the beginning of what I am preparing to reveal to you. There is another shift approaching, subtle yet powerful, already forming like dawn behind the horizon of your life. You may feel its echo, a gentle anticipation, a sense that something new is reaching for you. This is not imagination, it is alignment. There is another revelation, another breakthrough, another unfolding meant specifically for you, and it is drawing nearer with every passing hour. Do not close your heart. Do not silence your expectation. Keep listening, for heaven is not finished speaking. The next message will come when your spirit is ready, unexpected, timely, unmistakable. It will answer questions you have carried quietly and reveal truths you did not know you needed. So receive this blessing now, peace upon your mind, strength in your steps, protection over your path, clarity in your spirit, and favor that follows you everywhere you go. Walk forward, my beloved. Stay open. Stay listening.